So climate change and variability, we talk about variability to mean a short-term change or a short-time change, that is it. But climate change, for you to make a case that it has changed, then we look at about 30 years. So if you do an analysis, you use maybe time series analysis, maybe you check between this year, and hopefully maybe 30 years, you see things that have changed. So now, why is climate change an important thing? Why am I talking about climate change to you people? I'm doing this because climate change affects people and affects everything, including livelihoods. So it affects entirely aspects of people's progression because it leads to death. We have instances where it has led to death. It causes poverty, drought, depletion of even natural resources that we know. It has led to poor health, lack of sustainable ecosystems. It has made people to change even lifestyles. And the social life is not what we used to be. If you ask anybody around you to kind of give you evidence that climate has changed, people will tell you stories that will eventually tell you, inform you of what that indeed something has actually happened. So then climate relates directly with development. And what could development be? We look at development and we think of a process of improving human, animal, and plant situation. And it is a positive process. So you can only say development has occurred if what you have seen is an improvement. It's positive but continuous. Maybe it is not just a one-off kind of thing. And if you take the systems perspective, we all are knowledgeable about systems thinking or the cybernetic thinking. The development is an improvement of the general situation of an ecosystem or a system and even elements of that system. And it results from very deliberate actions of people, of a person, of communities, or even of authorities. And development is so multidisciplinary that you may not really only see a thing and it has improved, and you quickly assign it or associate it with development, as it were. So it takes quite a number of variables for you to say that development has occurred or hasn't occurred. And that's why we have the dimensions of development. We know a lot of them, like economic development, we have human development, we have sustainable development, we also have territorial development. Probably the one which people know a great deal is economic development. By the way, when you talk about development, people think about endowment, goods and services, entitlements, things like that. How we generate new goods and services, and how we provide additional consumptions and investment possibilities. Those are the things that people talk about. So economic development is traditionally believed to be one of the first form of development. And normally, people use metrics like gross domestic product, gross national products, and per capita income to be able to design or to describe and explain economic development. That's what we are talking about. And many scholars have also worked around development, and they are able to pinpoint even some of the activities or processes that they think add to economic development. To give you just a few of them, if you look at Schumpeter, 1911, for example, he says that for somebody to think that the development is economic in nature, then something like innovation and new ideas. So if you see new ideas and innovations, something like that. Ramsey, 1928, proposed that economic development relates with the endogenic means, like increasing savings, for example. So if you save, you earn and save for some time, and you have surplus, then that would be associated with that. Scholars like Allais, 1947, proposed the length of working time. So if you have longer work time, then somebody would quickly may associate that with that. Solo, 1956, it talks about the increase in capital and laborers. So if you have enough resources and you also have laborers, what will the result be? Probably the result will be development. And look at Roma 1986, for example, introduced the idea of new technology, equitable resource distribution. Look at all that, and replacing physical resources with human development. So there are a number of scholars, a number of philosophers who have actually lent some ideas around development and its constitution. Currently, development is supposed to be understood within the confines of integration that I'm talking about. So, for example, you look at scientific thinking around that and the lay knowledge and how people characterize development. You can look at that. The second one is human development. This is a development centered around human beings, and the focus is on improving aspects of the well-being of individual and society. If you give people good health, provide people with education, provide them with capabilities or entitlements, or if you empower people, then that is human development. It kind of puts a premium on the knowledge and skills. If you generate knowledge and provide skills and expertise, and you protect the sources of knowledge to enhance that continuity, then we will be thinking about that. So it's assumed generally that human development, which is centered around knowledge, is very central to even socioeconomic development. Why do people go to school, for instance? We know so many people who have gone to school, and their schooling has helped change things, probably giving them, improving their capacity, the thinking capacity, so they are being able to have options. Or when somebody has been educated, they get jobs. So proponents of this kind of development, human development, they argue that knowledge leads to empowerment. It also leads to self-reliance or improved community, and things that we know that. Even social relationships. So you begin to look at development as a whole world of interdisciplinarity, as it were. If you spotlight UNDP 2010 and how they define human development, they say, for us to talk about human development, you have things like long and healthy life. If you have long and healthy life, you have knowledgeable and informed society. Knowledgeable society and informed society, a bit of literacy. And if you have a high sense of life, then if you have social cohesion, if you have political cohesion, all these will, to a large extent, increase life expectancy, even years, and then ultimately, even per capita, there will be some level of sustainability.